Hi everybody, welcome back to English Grammar. We have a short tutorial for you on the two words little and few. There's always some confusion when it comes to those, and this is why we have this video to show you once and for all when to use little and when to use few, because they're actually quite cool and it's important to know how to use them. Let's have a look at a couple of examples. Hurry up. And then you can say there's only little time, or you say there are only few minutes left. He has little money left, or you say he's got few dollars left. You can say I only had little information. And you can say my father had few words of advice for me. And you can say very little time and very few friends. So the little adverb very here you can use with both constructions. Alright, so much for the examples. I guess just from looking at the examples you already have an idea of when to use which. We must be quick, there's only little time. Now little expresses a negative idea and it means not much or not enough. There's only little time, there isn't much time, or there isn't enough time. It's a negative idea. We use it for abstract nouns or for the so-called uncountable nouns, nouns that usually do not produce a plural form. Abstract nouns and uncountable nouns, for example, time, money, love, and so on. We will have some more examples for you. So, little is a negative idea, it's not much or not enough, and it's for abstract or uncountable nouns. Few also expresses a negative idea. He isn't popular, he has very few friends, means he hasn't got many friends. Not many, a negative idea. And few we use for the countable nouns, which basically are the ones that have a regular plural, like few friends, few people, few times. You can also put an S after time. Okay, so it's also here used as a countable noun. Few friends, not many friends, and use it for countable nouns. Little is not much, and we use it for uncountables and for abstract nouns. So much for little and few, and now let's have a quick look at a little and a few, because that's just a tiny bit different. Do you speak German? A little is different from saying I speak little German. Do you speak German? A little. Or let's have a pizza. We've got a little time before the train leaves. You can say, we've got little time before the train leaves, so we can't have a pizza. But here it's, let's have a pizza. We've got a little time before the train leaves. So a little sounds a bit more positive than just little. And we use it for our uncountables, of course, and our abstract nouns. And it means some or a small amount. Do you speak German? A little. Yeah, I speak some German. Okay, so this is a little, sounds a bit more positive than little, and a few then, of course, sounds a bit more positive than just few. When did you last see Steve? A few weeks ago, some weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago. Or, things are not going well. I have a few problems, I have some problems. I have a couple of problems. So again, a few sounds a bit more positive than just few, and the meaning is some or a small number. A small number, of course, because we use a few for the countables, just like few. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so much for few and little, and a few and a little. We want you to do a little exercise now. So please, hit the pause button and get pen and paper ready and put in little, a little, few, or a few into those sentences. And once you're finished with that, you start the video again, and then we'll have a look at what you've written down. So hit the pause button now, ladies and gentlemen, and do your exercise, please. So here we are back again, and we start with your first sentence. Have you ever been to London? Yes, I've been there a few times. Times here has the S, it's countable, so we need a few, and it's also a positive idea. I've been there a couple of times, I've been there a few times. What a boring town. So few things to do. Now in that boring, the negative idea is already expressed, so it's few things to do. And things, of course, you can count them, so you need few, you need the one that goes along with the countables. There is little to do. Now this is abstract, so we have little. The idea is the same, of course, it's the negative idea. There isn't much to do, there is little to do. Or you can say few tourists come here, and you can count the tourists, of course. I wouldn't be a good teacher. I've got little patience. The negative idea is already here. Patience, of course, is an abstract noun. It does not take a plural, and this is why we've put in little into that sentence. I've got little patience. I wouldn't be a good teacher. Do you mind answering a few questions? Now the idea of that sentence actually needs a few. Few you need anyway, because questions, you've got a countable noun here. And the last one, I need a little time to think. And here again, I guess the idea of the sentence tells you that you want a little in that sentence. Little you need anyway, because time here is used as an abstract noun. I need a little time to think. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so much for little and few, two very important words. Thanks for watching. We say have a good time and bye-bye.